Hello, I am Dr. Raja Samuel, Principal of Madras School of Social Work. I am glad to meet all of you through this program on inspiring young minds. And I am indeed glad to share my life with you and the lessons that you can get from my life. Let me start from the beginning. I was born in the year 1969, which is the same year in which man landed on moon, and I think it's a very significant year. I was born and brought up in Chennai, very much in North Chennai, which is not a very developed part of Chennai. All my childhood was spent in North Chennai, initially in a place called Tandayarpet, and then later on I moved to a place called Vyasarpadi, which was earlier notorious for several things. And I had a very uneventful childhood, I would say. We had enough to eat, but not enough to spend on luxuries. So I grew up in that neighborhood, looking at a lot of people and learning from a lot of situations in that neighborhood. And what strikes me now about my childhood is, at the time we did not have any other entertainment other than playing outside. And I spent a lot of time playing outside the house. Of course, we did not have luxuries like television and mobiles and the other social media. And we did not have a television at home, which was a luxury at that time. So I remember going to my sister's friend's house, traveling a long distance to watch TV, rarely. And then of course, because we did not have any other diversion like that, we did spend a lot of time, and I did spend a lot of time playing inside the house also, in terms of creating something, constructing houses out of cardboard paper, and creating a calendar, rolling calendar from waste, paste cover, and so on. That, I think, encouraged my creativity a lot. Apart from that, of course, I also played a lot of outdoor games. I don't know whether you will know all those games now, of chasing a tire or a cycle rim or some games like that. And I studied in a small private school in my area. And one of the things that I learned from that school was the importance of reading. And I remember I gradually became a good reader, both in English and Tamil. And I also remember when I was in 4th standard, when the district education officer came for inspection, the principal of that school took me to the officer and demonstrated my reading skills. That left a deep imprint on me and gave me confidence of my own reading skills. And slowly, after my 5th standard, I had the great opportunity to join the Don Bosco School at Perambur, which was a very defining moment. And there, from 6th to 12th standard, there were a lot of teachers who helped me through. Some of the subjects were indeed very difficult for me, probably for you also. And the teachers were there always to help. And there were some inspiring teachers. I do remember some names like Mr. Abraham, Mr. Surya Kumar Paul in the 12th standard. They really inspired me to go on in the field of arts rather than the sciences. After my schooling, I joined Loyola College in a subject called English Literature. Of course, my parents did not pressurize me to join any particular stream. I did not have much aptitude for maths and science, so I opted to join English Literature, which I really enjoyed because of my habit of reading. So it helped me read a lot, both fiction, non-fiction, and a variety of books and literature. And then at some point in time, one of my classmates said about social work. There is a professional degree called as MA in social work in this very same college I studied. And he also applied for it, and I simply also applied without knowing what exactly is the social work. And in it, there was a specialization called community development. Initially, my parents also wanted me to do something for society, to serve society in some way or the other, either through the religious institution or through secular institution. So this coincided with my parents' desire also. So I joined social work with a specialization called community development, which helps us gain knowledge to work with communities. And those years, 2 years, were great years where I learnt from excellent faculty at Loyola College in the social work department. Some of them were very inspiring. If I can tell some names, there was one faculty called Dr. Udaya Mahadevan, who really inspired in terms of the service that she rendered to society, where she would take us to rescue people from the streets, wandering mentally ill persons from the streets. She would take us on an auto rickshaw and rescue those people and admit them to hospital for treatment. So that was really inspiring. Apart from that, I had also another very inspiring person called Father Joseph Xavier, who took me along for training programs. And there was a very young faculty called Mr. Sarvesan, who looked at my potential and identified that I can become a teacher. At the time, if you want to become a college teacher, you have to write an exam called National Eligibility Test to become a lecturer. I was not aware of that at all, but he introduced that to me. He asked me to write it, and in 1991, when I was completing my postgraduate degree in social work, I wrote the NET exam, which is now very popular these days. And I cleared it in the first attempt itself. And I also got a junior research fellowship along with that. So that was the start of my career. As you can see, there are a lot of people working towards one person's success. So there are your parents, there are your teachers, and there are others who really motivate you, who help you reach a particular level. And I am a product like that, who has been supported by my parents and by my teachers to reach the level that I am in now. So what I'm doing now is leading an institution in a subject called as social work. Some of you may have heard about it. For some of you, it is probably new. And this is a great avenue for your career also. Now, what is this social work? The social work is a profession that helps people attain a better quality of life. For example, there are a lot of people who struggle in life. There are a lot of people who are probably poor, and there are a lot of people who have stress in their lives. Now, social work helps you and trains you and gives you the knowledge and attitude and the skills required to help other people. Now, social work is not endlessly giving other people help, but it's helping them stand on their own legs, which means we will have the knowledge, we will have the skill to train others to become better persons in life. That way, they overcome their own problems and also continue their life with a good quality of life. So that is what a social work is all about. So we have a Bachelor of Social Work degree and we have a Master of Social Work degree. And once you finish a Master of Social Work degree, you can get employed in a variety of places. Social work graduates with human resource management specialization are employed in the corporate sector as human resource executives. Some of our alumni who studied in our college have become vice presidents of big corporate companies. And another group of students who specialize in community development work with both rural and urban communities, trying to alleviate poverty or develop their resources, manage the resources in the rural areas like water, forest, and so on. And another group of students who specialize in medical and psychiatric social work in hospitals and counseling centers, and also sometimes in schools as school counselors. So the possibility of career is very wide if you pursue a degree in social work. So in case you have the aptitude for helping others, doing a postgraduate degree in social work is the best option for you. Well, you can also be a teacher like me. And I was inspired to take to teaching and research by one of the faculty member at Loyola College in the social work department. He only encouraged me to do further research, and he took me on research trips also when we were working together. So he was an inspiration to me because he identified my potential and he inspired me to prepare for teaching by writing the national eligibility test and equipping myself to become a teacher. That put me on the journey to be a teacher. So teaching is also a great career, and particularly if you want to teach in colleges, now you know you should write the national eligibility test or do a PhD in the subject you want to teach. Either a NET or a PhD you need to have. You can plan for it straight away if you are in school. You need to do an undergraduate degree and a postgraduate degree, and then write this national eligibility test to become a college professor. Apart from social work, our college also has other disciplines like psychology, human resource management, development management, and recently we also have something called social entrepreneurship. Psychology has a lot of avenues today, both in the corporate sector as industrial psychologists, and in the health sector, particularly mental health sector, as counselors and psychologists. Particularly, you can have the option of becoming a clinical psychologist or a behavioral psychologist. You can become a cognitive behavior therapist. So these are all specialities within psychology, and you can make a difference in the lives of a lot of people once you become a psychologist or a counselor. And we also have courses in human resource management, which trains people to become human resource managers in the corporate sector. As you know, there are a lot of jobs available in the corporate sector, and human resource management has got the potential for shaping the lives of several people in the organization. And we also have started a new course which is related to entrepreneurship. Now, instead of working for others, you can become your own master by becoming an entrepreneur. Now, who is an entrepreneur? One who starts a business because he has an idea. You can develop that idea into a business and earn money and also help others. So we call this as social entrepreneurship, where we develop a product for the community or a service for the community. It could be related to health of the community, or it could be related to education in the society. So when we develop a service, and we also earn an income out of it, we also earn a livelihood out of it. So that is called social entrepreneurship. So like this, we have a variety of career paths at Madras School of Social Work, and you are welcome to approach us anytime you want to clarify any of these courses. I want to in particular mention the names of 3 of our old students who have served society ever since they graduated from our college. One is Dr. Shanti Ranganathan, who was even awarded the Padma Shri for starting a hospital exclusively to treat persons affected by alcohol addiction. And that hospital has helped thousands of patients to recover from addiction to alcohol and drinks. Then there is also Dr. Vandana Gopikumar, who started an organization called Banyan, which helps women who are mentally ill and who are abandoned by the families and who wander on the streets. She has helped more than 10,000 such women ever since she started the organization. Then there is also Mr. Vidyakar, who started the famous organization called Udavum Karangal. That has also helped countless people who have been abandoned, children who have been abandoned by the families. So, this is just a few examples of what you can do after an education in social work. As youngsters and students of the current generation, you have huge potential. Only required effort from you is to channelize that. So it's very important to always have a purpose in life. Now, as very often when we ask some youngsters, what are you doing here? Why have you come this side? Sometimes we get an answer like, oh, just like that I came here. In Tamil, they used to say summa. I think that word summa should not be in our vocabulary at all. We should always do everything with a purpose. So have a purpose always in mind. That will decide where we go. Have a purpose when you are studying. Have a purpose when you're working, because the organization you work for and the school you are studying and the teachers who are teaching you, all of them have a purpose, which is to help you develop in life. So you also should be very mindful of that purpose in life. And apart from that, you should also follow the process. So that's the second word I want to imbibe from this session. The process is, the school has a process in place for you to follow, certain rules and regulations. The society has some rules and regulations, and that is what I call as process. And it's very important to follow the process. It's very important to follow the rules. It's very important to follow the guidelines given to you, either by your parents or your teachers, or by the law or by the society. So when you follow the process, you will definitely reach the purpose for which you are working, for which you are studying, for which you are living. And of course, one of the things that I have learned in my life is basically, you will become very successful only if you have the passion for it. I remember when I was studying, I used to spend a lot of time in the library trying to do my assignments, and I always used to ensure that I give the latest data in my assignments as compared to other students or even teachers. And later on, I spent a lot of time studying a variety of books on research, which was a big area of interest for me. And that is what I call passion, which means the extent of difficulty you are willing to undergo to reach the goal. That is the definition of passion. So how passionate are you in what you're doing now? And that is going to be very important to help you reach the purpose for which you are born, for which God has ordained you. And that's a very important lesson from my life. Now I want to leave you with a message which has helped me. Do your very best in whatever you do, and God will do the rest. But you must put your first step. Without doing anything, you can't expect any progress from outside. You must do whatever you can. Give it your best, whatever you're doing. It could be your studies, it could be your volunteering somewhere, it could be helping somebody, or it could be your job also, what you're doing, or you're trying for a job. Whatever it is, do it with passion. Give it your best. Put your best effort and spend a lot of time in it also. Your success depends on the time you are able to invest on something. And dear youngsters, don't lose heart when you don't get the result immediately. Have a little patience. Be steadfast. Continue in that. Persevere a little more. Definitely you will reach success. And that's how I've also found the place where I am in as a principal of Madras School of Social Work. Wish you all the very best.